Welcome to Eventual Millionaire Insiders. Today I have Dane Maxwell, my good friend, and we hash out what you need to know, tactical tips on copywriting. It's amazing how important copy, like the words that you specifically use in your business, affects your sales. And so we definitely go over that and give you hardcore tips on how to improve yours. Hope you enjoy. I have Dane Maxwell with me right now. I'm super excited because Dane Maxwell is the copywriting expert. Just so you know, I think you're amazing at it, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show. And I told you specifically that I needed to hear about this. So thanks so much for coming on and listening to what I tell you to do, Dane. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. And I feel ridiculously unqualified to talk about copy right now because feel like the shittiest copywriter on the planet. Because I'm writing copy for all of our launch right now, and I'm questioning every word I put down. And I write it, and I come back to it later in the day, and I'm like, that was retarded. Why did you write that? So I'm in a perfect confident space to teach copywriting.
Perfect. That's what we want to hear. Because it does suck. And most people just assume that they're bad at it. And so...
Oh, yeah.
So tell us your process.
Well, first you need to learn how to write copy. And if you do that, there's this product, I don't even know the guy, and I think I'll endorse him because it makes it easy, but it's called copyhour.com, I think. Okay. And, yeah, this guy's, I'm kind of envious of this product because for $67, he'll send you a really, really good sales letter every day. And damn it, I'm just looking at this site and I'm like, why didn't I make this product? It's because I'm not as good of a copywriter as this guy. Otherwise, I probably would have made it. But actually, I'm not as good as recognizing, I didn't perceive it. This is kind of an interesting thing because the guy, copyhour.com, it's $67. And over 45 days, he'll email you. It's an autoresponder series. And he'll email you a PDF every day or every other day of a really good sales letter. And you want to copy that and write it out by hand. And when you just write the sales letter out by hand, you just start to pick up things. You're like, oh, wow, that's how they do that. That's how they do that. That's how they do that. And you don't look at the design of this site. You're like, oh, here's where the headline is and the subhead. No, you just evaluate the salesmanship of the words in print. And when you look at that, you're like, wow, this is brilliant. And after you do it for about 30 days, the copy just gets into your blood. And you start to feel it in your finger, and then you can sit down at a keyboard. For some reason, you're just badass. And so copying by hand is really powerful. I want to focus on headlines because that's the biggest shift of a business. That's the biggest shift you can make on a site is changing the headline. And the headline that wins is so messy and to figure out because it's the headline, really? That's what worked? Oh my, that's what the experience is like. And writing a headline, if you're spending full time on it, one headline, really good headline, hours, if not days for just a headline. It stays in your mind. And one of my favorite headlines of all time is by the dude who had that big advertisement, David Ogilvy. Mm-hmm. And it was a Rolls-Royce ad. And the headline said, at 60 miles per hour, the only thing you'll hear is the clock tick. And it's just talking about how beautifully smooth the Rolls-Royce roll goes.
I love how you have a favorite headline. I think that's really fun.
I've got lots of them. The sex food so potent, priests were forbidden to eat it.
Did it come from a magazine? That's great. And you signed up for that, right? Yeah. Whatever that was. Yes, I want that.
Actually, I did because I think it was just from the 50s or something, some badass copywriter. But the great headlines inspire, intrigue, put greed, put curiosity. You got you want to have better sex and you're curious what that is. And you want this car because it's that greed and curiosity in that headline. But there's just something that's oh, I'd love to hear tick tock, tick, while I'm going 60 miles an hour. So, and Copy Hour, the reason I'm jealous of this, envious of this guy is that I've been advising people to do this there's a business lesson in this because I've been advising people to do this for years.
I know. On my last interview with you, you told us to write it all down and everything a year ago.
Yeah. And people would come back to me Dane, how do I write it down? How do I copy it? What do I how do I actually do this? And I was
put it in a system so I can do it. Wait, this guy did it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So yeah, that's I ignored it. I was whatever, this isn't valuable, but fucking A, I feel that feeling in my stomach. It's where it's like I neglected and ignored the feeling of the customer there. And had I been present to them and like really felt them and be like, it sounds like you need more guidance here. And like it feels like you need more guidance here. Like, what is it you're looking for? Like, well, how do I get the sales letters? How do I copy it by hand? What do I look for when I copy it? And then how do I know how long I need to do this for? Well, there's my sales letter. Here I have this program that's going to help you become a great copywriter by copying the greatest sales letters by hand. Where do you get the sales letters? From this program. How often do you copy them? Every day. What do you look for? These 10 things. Do this for 3 months, and I would have had everything, because great copywriting is done most effortlessly when it's research based. So if you're struggling with what to write, like I am, it's with the foundation launch, it's because I'm not doing my research enough. Like, because if I did my research, my customers will tell me everything that they want to hear. They'll tell me the objections. They'll tell me what to say. They'll tell you everything.
In the language that they want to hear also, most likely.
Yeah. So,
well, I have a question though, because a lot of times we're told like, hey, check out these 20 cool headlines and then just put in your own thing. And that's what copywriting is to a lot of people that don't know how to do copywriting. Is that bad? Should we start there, or should it all come from us?
I just got really sad because like I feel off my game as a copywriter. And the only thing I would need to do to get back on my game is to start copying sales letters by hand for like 2 days.
45 days now.
Oh, I'd be back. Like, I don't think you understand how much it can actually transform your life when you copy great sales letters by hand. The mystery of it's not about copywriting, but once you understand great copy, you can create even better products, because great copywriting is really deeply connected to the heart of the customer. And so I guess I just felt a little sad because I feel it in my stomach, and it's just kind of like this deep sadness because I've lost connection to like my deepest skill, or it's a skill because I've been building it, but I feel sad because I feel like I've lost the skill as a copywriter. And all I did was copy sales letters by hand for an hour a day for 90 days. First thing in the morning, an hour, 90 days. That's all it really takes. And all I need to do is just copy for a day or two, and I'd probably just be right back on my game. But I can't energetically muster the time to do that right now. And so that's why, like, because we got the launch coming up and the soft. So anyway.
That's really interesting, though. That's going to help the launch. So you kind of have to do it. How much time would you save if you felt good about your copywriting? I'm making it an action item for you, Dane.
Maybe I should buy this copy hour.
Wait, this is a perfect sales pitch for the copy hour, and he's not even on the show. That's awesome. So what do people do when they're in that space, right? So they're in your space.
What's his headline?
What was that? What's his headline?
Well, the headline on copyhour.com is struggling to write sales copy. No, I'm not. Fuck you for being in my head.
Well, I think that's really, really important. I mean, I am not the greatest copywriter, though what's funny is that I've only written like one. You gave me the great advice. I had time, wrote like one or half of one, and was like, that was cool. On to the next thing. And so really trying to put the time into writing that out seems almost worthless, to tell you the truth, for most people. I mean, I started doing it, which is cool, but again, trying to find the letters and doing all that other stuff was a bit of a pain. But then knowing whether it's going to work or not. But you're like 110%, like this is totally going to work for you if we are able to commit for however many days.
Oh yeah, it's like without a doubt, you'd have to be completely brain dead for this to not work.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case. Okay, good for
Let me give you an example.
Good.
So I'm copying a sales letter by hand, and the headline is like, Arizona genius beats superhuman computers on Wall Street, or something like that. And you got a good headline when you can remember it. And this is John Carlton. He wrote this ad. And they're like, so how does this, like on the first page, like addressing the objection right away. So how does this guy beat the superhuman computers on Wall Street? Like, how is it possible? is it too good to be true? Or like, how basically what's the catch? Oh yeah, that was it. What's the catch? You're like, yeah, what's the catch? What's the catch? Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, show me the catch. I'm too smart to fall for this stuff, and then I read the catch. It's like the catch is he uses a secret data bank of numbers that the IRS publishes that most other people don't have access to. And you're like, oh my God, wait, did you just make the catch a good thing? Did you just go into my mind and subtly manipulate me with subtle persuasion and NLP to make like the catch be this good thing? Like, what in the world? Oh my. And when you copy it by hand, it's painfully clear. You're like, oh my God, they just made the catch a good thing. And you're writing it out by hand with classical Beethoven music on, and you write on like a notepad of a notebook. What I did is like, I would go to, when I ran out of good John Carlton sales letters, I would go to the top selling ClickBank products.
Oh.
And then I would copy those sales letters because they're selling like crazy. And so like you have this here, I print it out and you can see the headline. You see how I have it marked up and everything? And then like.
What kind of notes are those? Like why were you circling stuff? What were you doing on that?
Well, like here you see it says renewable energy enthusiast. And then I say connect on a passionate level. So it's like, if I do that in the foundation, I'd be like for like entrepreneurs who want to change the world or something. That's kind of silly, but like connecting with them on a passion level instead of just being like for entrepreneurs, just be like for entrepreneurs who want to build meaningful products instead of selling shitty ebooks. Like that would be like one.
So why can't we just hire a copywriter? Why do we, the business owner, need to know copywriting? I know you're passionate about this.
Well, so going back to that example briefly, making the catch a good thing, I fired up my email and I sent off an email to my list and I made like $1,200 that day. And that was back when $1,200 in a day was a significant amount of money to me. I think I had like 30 grand in the bank at the time. And like, I don't spend money. So if 30 grand sounds like a lot to you, like I'm not trying to showboat or anything, but just 1,200 was significant to me. And what I did is I wrote an email and I was like, this product will help you recruit more real estate agents and help your office run more productively. But wait, what's the catch? Could this really be like too good to be true? Actually, yes, it is, because it took 36 months and $50,000 of effort and time and testing to build the system to do this. But you can have all that hard work instantly when you choose to sign up today.
So I made the catch.
Yeah, I copied the sales letter and then I went and copied that into my business. And if you don't have a business to copy it into, then what you do is you copy sales letters to learn how to make products. Because what these great sales letters actually explain how products are created. And so you can do that. And if you look at all of this, I've got sheets like this, sheets after sheets after sheets of copying by hand from like years and years and years.
Wow. Paper, what's that? We don't use paper anymore.
And when you write by hand, it goes into like, basically for you to become a good copywriter, you've got to get out of your head and you've got to get into your body. And the only way to get good copy into your body when you don't know how to do it is not through reading another book. It's through copying stuff by hand. And when you copy stuff by hand, it'll teach you how to make really great products. That product, copyhour.com, is a freaking autoresponder, and that's it. And it's like one page of text, and then you buy, and then you can put on an email list, and you get a PDF every day. That guy's brilliant. The way that he put that together is brilliant. And like, honestly, all it is words on a page that you give money for to get more words on pages. So like, the legal printing press for money is organizing words into sequences. And if you don't want to learn copy, I just feel sorry for you, because like it may not really be everyone's gift, and I may actually have some sort of natural inclination towards it. But I have to tell you, every hour spent on copywriting I was making like 10 grand a month when I was copying sales letters by hand. At the end of the year, I was making 30 grand a month. So and I was making better products, because like when you copy great sales letters, it changes the way you talk, actually, because copywriters are very visual with their descriptions. Like one guy, a freaking sales letter was like, when you buy my long drive product, you will own the raw power of a bull moose in heat. And you're like, good God, what is that?
I don't know if I want to own that. Yeah. That's awesome.
But imagine owning that raw power when you're driving the ball off the tee. Like that was a product that sold millions and millions of dollars.
Really?
I love this. Thank you so much. I know you have to run and we could chat for 20, 40 hours, was it, that we were going to chat on? But I really, really appreciate it. I'm sure I'll have you back on the show again. And I wish you the best of luck with everything going on in the foundation. Tell us where we can find out more information too.
Oh, yeah. So thefoundation.com/Carl to get an info pack that you can copy by hand and learn based on like years and years of shit. That's the thing you're getting there for free is like not to be wasted.
That's the best copywriting ever. You're getting years and years of shit. Just so you... I love that. Thank you so much, Dane. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed that Millionaire Insider interview. Now, the cool thing is that every single one of these episodes for the next 8 weeks will have an action guide associated with it. So you can actually take action, and you better. So go to eventualmillionaire.com/inside and you can download the workbook right now. You can also see every new insider interview as it comes out. So again, it's eventualmillionaire.com/inside.